Easy pumpkin recipes, how to make a pumpkin puree. Hi my friends, it's Elizabeth, and today we're going to talk about how to cook pumpkin recipes because this pumpkin puree is going to be delicious but so easy. If you're looking for an easy recipe, today is the one. So first what I did is I got two, they're not super small pumpkins, not the smallest size, but they're definitely not medium pumpkins. So I got two of those because I wanted to make extra that I can freeze and use later in a couple of months in an airtight container. So I did end up getting two of the small medium-ish size type pumpkins. I did go ahead and wash them thoroughly off, but a special thank you to Laconiko olive oil for sponsoring today's video. I'll link down in the description link below how you can order Laconiko oil and their stores that you can purchase them from. It's absolutely the best olive oil I've ever had in my life. The reason why is because Laconiko olive oil picks their olives from Greece, and it's a family-run company, 5th generation, who owns 500 acres of olive orchards or the olive tree space. And from that, they pick their olives when they're green, meaning that there's more antioxidants as opposed to picking them when they're black, to make the best possible olive oil. And they have so many different flavors. I'm absolutely obsessed. So get yours today in the description link below and tell them that I sent you. Okay, what we're going to go ahead and do is first is take our small, medium-ish size pumpkin. I've thoroughly washed it off so the outside's completely clean. We're going to go ahead and chop the top off and scoop off all the ingredients. Scoop out all the seeds. We're going to use those for how to make pumpkin seeds in another part 2 video, so make sure you check that out. But go ahead and scoop out your pumpkin seeds, scoop out the flesh of the inside of the pumpkin. You don't want those strings in there, so you can see that there's still strings hanging onto our pumpkin puree. We don't want that in our pumpkin puree. We want really, really fresh pumpkin puree, so I'm taking an extra spoon in addition to my hands to scoop that thoroughly off. I've now put down a piece of parchment paper on a cooking tin that has a lipped cooking tin on it because of the juices coming out of it. I preheated my oven to 350 degrees. I'm going to use my Laconiko olive oil. It's a blood orange olive oil, which tastes absolutely amazing, particularly in brownies. It's so good for brownies. But we're going to literally take a paintbrush and paint on our olive oil onto our pumpkins that I've already scooped out everything from. I've cut them into smaller pieces. We have the oven preheated, and I'm lightly just going to brush on the Laconiko olive oil on top of the pumpkin. You could use extra virgin olive oil. Again, there's different flavors if you want to have flavoring in it. I did want to have the blood orange, just lightly touching the outside of the pumpkin and flip it over so it's flesh size down. When it's cooking, you want the exterior of the pumpkin to be facing up, and you want that flesh that we're actually painting on to be down into the pan. I like using parchment paper for this because it's really easy cleanup. It doesn't stick. It makes it really, really simple. So go ahead and brush on top of this your olive oil onto your pumpkin. And then while we're doing that, after we have all of our pumpkins completely brushed with a Laconiko olive oil, then we're going to go ahead and put them into the oven 350 degrees for 40 minutes. You could leave it on there a little bit longer. I found, depending on the thickness of other pumpkins that I've used for pumpkin puree, it may need a little bit longer than 40 minutes, and that's totally okay. So maybe you might need 45 minutes, 50 minutes. Just double check it. You want to make sure, obviously, that your pumpkin puree is going to be really easy to scoop out and very smooth to scoop out. And then I'm going to go ahead and take out each piece of the pumpkin. Again, I cut it into smaller pieces. I'm going to go ahead and scoop that out. That is our pumpkin flesh that we're going to use for our pumpkin puree and use for so many different recipes. My friends, if you put it in an airtight container, it can stay in the fridge for a week to 2 weeks. You can also end up freezing it. It freezes really, really well. In fact, I would encourage you just freeze it. That way you don't have to feel rushed to make things like your pumpkin bread out of this, pumpkin muffins. You can literally just freeze it. That way nothing goes to waste, and you're literally just scooping out your puree. Once we've scooped out all of this delicious puree, then we'll just put it in an airtight container and we can use it for our different recipes. It only takes probably the whole prep time of actually doing things, maybe 15 minutes for this, if that, including all front to back steps of it. And then with the back of the pumpkin, you can throw it away. You can also, if you live near a farm, donate the exteriors of your pumpkins because pigs will eat that. Random fun fact for you there. But once you have it all scooped out, then from there, we can use this in chili recipes. You can make your pumpkin muffins. You can make make your own PSL, your pumpkin spice latte, you could actually put this puree into your coffee and whip it together with an immersion blender. There's so many different things that you can do with your pumpkin puree. It's super healthy. Literally a half a cup of a pumpkin puree is only 5 net carbs. It's super healthy with the fiber in there, but also if you have dogs, they help with digestion issues. Pumpkin is something that vets do recommend if dogs have digestion issues. It's soothing for their tummies. So the whole recipe makes it because of the Laconiko olive oil. I absolutely love it. I would highly recommend it. Go ahead and get 6, 7, 8 bottles of it. We do use it for so many different things in our household because of the antioxidants in the olive oil, that it's a perfect pairing for using it for our pumpkin puree. And also make sure you check out part 2 of this video of how we're going to cook our pumpkin seeds. We will be roasting those pumpkin seeds in a really, really easy way. But I do like the Laconiko olive oil for the blood orange flavoring, but also they do have other amazing flavors too. Like garlic is one of my favorite. They do have a bacon one. They've got lots of really good flavors too. Thanks so much, and make it a powerful day.